everyone. Welcome to AdvocateHub class. Thank you for joining us today. We have a bit of a different process going on, so I have people that are instructing me on my end, and hopefully you guys can hear through your computer today. So we have some cool stuff going on with ReadyTalk. As you see in the chat, ReadyTalk James is helping us out. So if you do have any sound issues or any other problems, if you have questions throughout the presentation, go ahead and put them in the chat window there. James will be helping us moderate questions at the end of the class. So we're going to just get started now. Okay. So today's class is about automating rewards fulfillment. So we're going to be talking about TangoCard and Perfection. We're going to start by talking about TangoCard because that's a brand new beta feature. And then we'll finish off with Perfection. I know some of you are already familiar with Perfection, so we'll do that one second. And that way, if you already know about it, you don't need to attend class for that part. You can skip out. Okay. So my name is Heather. I work on the Influitive support team. And I've put together this class with a little bit of help from our product managers, Steve Organ and Aaron Rothschild. They've both been the point men on the TangoCard and Perfection integrations respectively. So it was with their guidance that I've become hopefully an expert and that I can sit here and teach you guys today. Okay, so as I said, we're going to be talking about TangoCards and Perfection. We're going to look at how to set up the feature. We're going to look at what it looks like for the advocate and what it looks like for you as the administrator. And then at the end, we'll come back and take some questions. So I'm just going to dive right in and share my desktop. And here we go. Okay. So right now we are in my hub, which is the YogaCat Studio. And we're going to look at how you would turn on the TangoCard feature. So you're going to go into Settings. If you go into Integration, the only option is webhooks. TangoCard will appear there, but right now I don't have that option turned on. So you need to go into System and Influitive Labs, which is a newly available option. This is where you can choose to opt into any new beta features. So today we're going to opt into TangoCard Rewards. The other currently available beta feature that you as an admin can opt into is the Reward Template Library. That is essentially the same thing as the Challenge Template Library, which we've talked about before. We're going to have a class on that in 2 weeks. So if you have any questions in the meantime, let us know about that. But we'll be covering that in depth in 2 weeks. So I've selected TangoCard Rewards. Now I can select Save Changes. Now when I pop down to Integration, it says TangoCard. So here we go, TangoCard. So this is the page about TangoCard. So just a bit about TangoCard. TangoCard is a way to provide automatically fulfilling digital gift cards. So essentially what you're doing is setting up a reward within your hub. And this will allow you to make a reward for your advocates who can redeem it, and they'll receive an email with a URL that will allow them to use it as a gift card. So it's available for a few different countries and for several different companies. And this is basically, we know that some of you are using already iTunes or Amazon gift cards, so that you're essentially physically mailing them out to your advocates, and it's a very manual process. Our integration with TangoCard is aimed to make that much easier for you by automatically taking care of these things. So step one is to create your TangoCard account. You have to do it through here. And if you've gone to the TangoCard website and set up your account that way, it's not the same thing. You have to create an account with TangoCard by selecting Create Account in your TangoCard integration within your AdvocateHub. And then you select, basically then you see this page here. It says, in my account here, it says balance is 0 because I haven't put any money into it yet. In order to fund your account, there's a few different things you can do. The easiest way to do it is to call this number here. You can call between Monday and Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You'll give them your company name and the email address associated with your Influitive AdvocateHub. So that would be your administrator email address. And from there, you can fund your account using a credit card. You can also do these things by wire transfer or check. The instructions for that are down here. And then once you're done, if you don't use the credit card option, it is going to take some time for the funds to appear in the account here. But if you're using credit card, it should be fairly quick as the funds appear. And then you can click, I just funded my account. Yay. And it's going to take you over to the rewards page to create a reward. So we do have an example set up of what it looks like when the account is funded. And that is just over here. So it'll just show what your balance is in the account. It'll show your identifier and your email address. So for my hub over here, that was heather@influitive.com, which is the admin email address that was signed in when I clicked Create Account. Okay, so we're going to create a reward here now. So we're going to click Add Reward. And now you have a new option. So we already know about manual, charity, redemption link, although we're going to talk about that a bit later, and Tango Card. Okay. You can choose brand. So I live in Toronto, so I'm going to pick Amazon Canada. I'm going to select the option. So I'm going to select an e-gift card for $10. And you're going to select Next. The headline and the description are already pre-filled, and that's the way it's going to work for most of the Tango Card gift cards, simply because a lot of these companies have their own specific branding rules. And so in order to allow this integration for them to provide their logo and their name and provide the service, we have to provide information describing the reward that is specific to their branding and follows their guidelines. So the types that I'm going to select, you can use any type, same as with a reward or with challenges. We're just going to go with gifts. Okay. And sure, let's feature this. So it'll appear at the top of the page. And then I'm going to save my reward. And here it is. And the last step you're going to take is you're going to publish it. Okay, so we're going to go back over to this hub over here. This is a testing environment that we have set up by our Influitive team. And we're going to see what it looks like right now to redeem this reward, what that experience is like. So as an advocate, this is now the advocate view. And as the administrator, when you want to test out what it looks like when you're redeeming a reward, you can do that simply by popping into advocate view. It's the same experience as if you were actually signed in as an advocate. So here I am in advocate view, and I would like to redeem this gift card reward. So we are going to redeem something. I'm going to redeem this one right here. iTunes e-gift card for $15. Do I have enough points? Yes, I do. Okay. Redeem this reward. There's going to be a message that appears over here on the right-hand side of the screen. It says it's on its way. Your reward is successfully redeemed, and you will receive the e-gift card in your email. Then we're going to come over to my email and make sure that's true. Should have a brand new email. This one's from earlier today, but I should be getting a second one as well. I was testing this out this afternoon. And here it says your Apple iTunes Canada e-gift card from Cool QA Community is here. And so then it shows you a picture of what the gift card is. It gives you the redemption code that you would use to redeem the gift card and use it. And then it provides redemption instructions. So when an advocate redeems your reward, that's what the experience is going to look like. They're going to get a little message. As long as your Tango card is funded, they're going to get a little message that says, hey, it's on its way, and shortly thereafter they'll be receiving an email. So now what happens if your Tango card account is not funded? We're going to look at that now. So we're going to switch into Advocate View over here. So as you remember before, in the YogaCat Studio Hub, I have not yet funded my Tango card account. There are $0. I'm going to go into rewards. I'm going to redeem this reward that we just created, which I don't see here. Okay, let's try that. Okay, let's find this reward. So this gift card here, accessibility, should be available to all advocates. Okay, maybe I'm just looking in the wrong spot. Let's come check. Huh, it's not here. Well, there you go. Not everything is perfect, you guys. So let's just try, we're going to just go into a different hub here. We're going to use Shannon's test hub. For those of you who are familiar with the support team, you should know Shannon. Shannon also has a test hub. I like CAT, so my hub is YogaCat Studio. Shannon likes Paul Simon, so her hub is called Paul Simon Rocks. So here we go. Shannon's got one, and her Tango card account is also not funded. So if you click the Amazon Canada e-gift card, redeem this reward. Sorry, the reward is out of stock, but the administrator has been notified. There might be a slight delay in receiving your redemption email. So even if the Tango card account is not funded, your advocates can still redeem the reward. They won't receive anything. They're not going to get an email. All they're going to get is this little gritter box notification that says the reward is out of stock. The administrator has been notified. So one thing that's important to note about Tango card is that as your account has less and less funds in it, we're not going to send you a notification. You're only going to receive a notification when someone redeems the reward and there's not enough money to cover the cost of that reward. This is a beta feature, so there are some things that are still being worked on improving, and that's definitely one of them. But currently, as it stands, you just kind of have to keep an eye on it. And when the time comes that it needs to be refunded, it'll be literally when it needs to be refunded, and you'll be getting an email as an administrator. So if an advocate redeems a reward, it needs more funding, what does that experience look like? So we're going to flip back to admin view. We're going to come into rewards here. Okay. So here we have the Amazon.com Canada e-gift card for $10. That's the reward that I've just redeemed, insufficient balance. So when you click insufficient balance, it's going to bring you over here. It's going to take you to the Tango card page in your settings where you are given instructions on how to fund your Tango card. Once you've done that, you can click, I just funded my account, because you have. In this case, I did not. And then the little flag that says insufficient balance will change to say confirmation required. So the same way that your challenges or your advocates can have little blue flags under their name that say confirmation required, when you've had someone who redeems a reward that's not available and then you fund your account, insufficient balance turns into confirmation required. At that point, you can click Mark Fulfilled, and the email will be sent with the advocate giving them their gift card. And it's pretty much as simple as that. Right now, they appear, but if you click Mark Fulfilled, it's just going to come back because you can't actually fulfill the gift simply because your Tango card account is not funded. That is more or less Tango card in a nutshell. So if you have any questions, I suggest that you just drop them down, hold them for the end. We'll do all questions at one time, and we are just going to dive right ahead and work and look at how Perfection works. So here we are. This is my advocate account. This is my admin account. So here we go, Perfection. So Perfection looks like this. This is a Perfection website. I've already logged in, but when you go to their page at first and you haven't got an account, you can just say, click the button on the home page that says something along the lines of try Perfection for free. That simply means that having a Perfection account is free. And you can just sign up for an account and never ever use it, never ever pay them any money at all, but simply have the account and see what it looks like. Now, that's not going to be the case if you're going to actually use them for rewards, because you'll pay them when your swag is redeemed by your advocates. And I'll show you what that means in a second. So essentially, all things in Perfection are organized as campaigns. So this sort of works around the idea that maybe a certain gift would be part of a special campaign. Maybe it's like a Welcome to 2014 campaign, and you want to give everyone a special reward related to that. So when you are trying to create a new reward, you're going to generate redemption URLs. And I'll show you what that means shortly as well. You're going to go start a new campaign. So this is after you've set up your account. You have the option to click Start New Campaign. And you can also do that by clicking on Campaigns, and it'll allow you to launch a new campaign there and check out some different statistics. You can favorite a campaign, so if you want to have one readily available all the time, it'll be there for you. So what we're doing here is we're collecting customer info. That would be their shipping information, and sending them some swag. So you click this button, and you're going to create a giveaway, because that's what this is. You're giving something away to people. So create giveaway. Here you go. And Perfection pretty well walks you through the steps of how you do this. So step one is add items. Next step is to customize the settings. The next step is to generate the links, and then turn your campaign on. Okay? So here we go. We are going to click onto items. Then we're going to add an item to our campaign. So when you click this, it's automatically going to let you choose from items that you've previously created. So I've done a lot of different testing with Perfection, so you can see that I've already created a few different items. So items that you've already created are going to be saved within Perfection. You're not going to have to create them if you want to use the same one for a different campaign. Then you click. If you don't want to use any of these ones, and we're not going to use one of these today, we're going to just click Create New Item. So what do we want to do here? Let's say we're going to go with a travel mug. We're going to add some artwork. I didn't really prepare any artwork, so we're just going to use some artwork that I already have here. So my hub is called the Yoga Cat Studio, so I like to put cats on things. So we're going to use this little Bowie cat JPEG that I got from Shannon, which I think is really funny. Okay. So Printfection will give you these cute little tips like tight budget, upload new artwork with fewer colors, and save money. So they try to show you different ways. And if any of you have ever worked like with printing issues before, like you know that the fewer colors, the less expensive it's going to be. Then they'll also show you pricing information. So you can do it a few different ways. Basically, you can purchase an inventory. So let's say you know that you're going to give away 100 travel mugs. You can go right ahead. You can purchase 100 travel mugs. They'll cost $13.50 each. Printfection will make these. They will keep them for you, and then as people redeem these rewards, they will mail them out. And there's an additional cost for that. We're just going to click more about pricing to see what this is all about. So all of our pricing is determined by 3 main factors: merchandise, artwork, quantity, which isn't like super shocking. So I'll let you guys kind of dive into this on your own, but there was a different, if you click on pricing at the top of their page, they do give you actually quite a bit of information with regards to how things are charged. So in addition to just like the cost that you saw beside the travel mug, we also, this basically tells you how it works. So you can pay as you go, and this is the example they're giving you for t-shirts. You can prepay or you can pay as you go, which I've just described. And then it's going to talk to you about packing and shipping and bulk shipping. So you can, for example, order a whole bunch of stuff and mail it to one place, maybe take care of the shipping yourself, or maybe you want them all. Maybe let's say you're having an event and you want, and as your advocates are redeeming t-shirts rewards, you're going to give them to them in person. In this case, you could use the bulk ship and have all of the shirts shipped to you. If you're doing the individual pack and ship, then when someone redeems, let's say you do the thing where you pre-order 100 travel mugs. For every travel mug, it's going to cost you $13.50. Plus, it's going to cost you $6.99 to ship it out. And that's plus an additional $2 for international recipients. Okay. So that's pretty easily accessible. If you just go onto the Printfection homepage and click pricing at the top of the page, all of that information is available to you. And if you have more questions about like the very nitty-gritty details, the Printfection support team is super helpful, and you can definitely reach out to us or reach out to them, or we can reach out to them for you. Whatever you need help with, we're here to help with. So let's say I'm satisfied with this travel mug, and I'm just going to hit Add Product. And there you go. There's my campaign. So then I'm going to click over to Settings. Okay. So I'm just going to put in what this campaign is called, Travel Mug Giveaway. And you could put a subheading if you want. So we're just going to use their example, copy and paste it in. And your campaign URL. So this is the URL for this specific campaign. It's not your redemption URL. So it says here that in order to run this campaign, you must associate it with a payment method. And I've preloaded my Visa card in here, so you can just click that. Well, you can't click that for my Visa card, but you can set it up with your own credit card. Okay. So then you can put in your company name. So I'll put in Yoga Cat Studio because that's what the company is going to be in this example. Oh, my branding went away. Okay. Okay. And then you can choose who the emails are sent from. So the emails are going to be, so an email will be sent to your advocate when they redeem this reward. And I'll show you what that looks like eventually. But you can choose who the email comes from, the footer at the bottom of the email. So let's say, for example, you want to put in your signature, or as they say down here, consider including Printfection's phone number and the URL to your Contact Us page, just to make sure that when your advocates get this email, when they redeem their swag, they know what to do or who to contact if they have any questions. So the same thing with packaging. If you want to specify the business name to be displayed on the return address on the shipping label and packing slip. So they're going to send it from Printfection. That's going to be the return address. But you might want to put your own company's name on there so that people don't get this package like, oh, what's this random thing? I don't know where this location is. If you want it to seem familiar, it's a good idea to put your company name here. This helps you delete your campaign. So if you just see all this and you're like, oh, I don't want this anymore, you can delete the campaign. Where we have colors and images right here, this allows you to customize what the page is going to look like when your advocate clicks in to redeem the reward. So I'll show you what this means eventually, but essentially you can choose what you would like things to look like for yourself, or what you would like the landing page to look like when your advocates click in order to when your advocates click in to look at what they've redeemed. Okay, so this is going to be my page background. I can't imagine that's going to look very good because it's quite a small image. So maybe, oh, it's going to be tiled. So there you go. Okay, you can choose your font. You can choose a header image, a page background, all that kind of stuff. Then you save all your settings, and then you go to Manage. So let's say, how many links would you like to add? Let's say I'm going to add 15 links because, you know, I only want to give away 15 of these mugs. They're special. Okay, so there's more than 15 here because by default it has a certain number, and then it adds 15 as well. So then you have all these links, and these are the giveaway link codes. So when you send into print section later, you'll be able to see what the status is of this link, when it was sent to someone, when it was redeemed. So when it was sent to someone, and then afterwards, once they click on the link and they put in their information, that's when they redeem it. So that will show on here, and then their name, order number, and the cost to you. So this will all appear in here for you. And then as these things happen, I do believe print section sends notification emails to you as the administrator as well. So how do you get these links into your AdvocateHub? How do you set up this reward? What's this all about? Step 1, download your CSV. We're just going to open it right away. Oh, didn't like that. Okay. Let's open it with Excel. Hope this works. Okay. Okay. Perfect. Here we go. So I'm downloading my CSV. While I'm waiting for that to happen, I'm going to come back over here and I'm going to add a new reward. So the fulfillment style for this reward is with redemption links. And once this opens, I will, this is not what I want. Here we go. Okay, so I'm going to take all these URLs, copy them, and if I expand this, then you can see what they look like. So these have the little codes here at the end, and then until that point, this is a redemption URL that is linked to your campaign. So the information of which campaign and then which specific item from the campaign is all contained in this URL. So let's come back over here. We're just going to paste in our redemption URLs. So as your advocates redeem rewards, and as you accept or approve their redemption, every time they do that, they are sent a URL. When they're sent a URL, it leaves this list. Once the list is empty and requires more URLs before it can be redeemed, then you will get a notification as the administrator, and this reward will appear out of stock. So, okay, so we're going to go next over to the headline. We'll call this again Travel Mug Giveaway. Cups, coffee, and we'll also call this a swag. Okay, and that should be okay. So then we're going to go over to redeeming. So we're going to add this to the rewards catalog. We're going to put how many points are required to redeem. Previously, when I created that gift card reward, I skipped this step, which is why it was not visible in my rewards library or in my rewards list. So this is definitely a crucial step. So we're going to say that in order to get this reward, you need to have 500 points, and we're going to click Save. You don't need to put in an extra question to ask your advocates their shipping information because that information is already included here. So now we are going to publish this. It's available to all advocates. Published and saved. There we go. Okay. Now here we are. This is my advocate view. This is me signed in as an advocate. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to find this reward. travel mug giveaway. Got some coffee. That's what I like. Redeem this reward. Let's see what happens. I'm going to get a message over here that says your reward was successfully redeemed. We'll be in touch to provide you with your reward soon. Okay. Then come back over here, refresh my admin rewards page, and it says approval required because someone has redeemed a reward and I have to approve this. So I see that Heather Advocate redeemed this travel mug giveaway reward. I'm going to approve the redemption. Okay. And then when I click back over here, I see as the advocate that the reward was sent, and it says click here to redeem. So when I click this, it's going to take me to a different section. Oh, but here we go. I didn't turn on my URL on my campaign. So let's try again. So there's something that you shouldn't do. So like we said before at the beginning, you need to click where it says pause and hit running so that your campaign is actually turned on. Okay. So you can see here there's 15 URLs. The campaign is running. And let's try again. Go back. So, oh no, that pop-up is gone. What do? I click into notifications, and it's going to be here in my notifications as well. So as the advocate, if I don't want to click into it right away, not a big deal. I can just click here to redeem from the notifications list. And here it is. So the header image would have appeared behind where it says Yoga Cat Studio, and the background image appears tiled behind all of the other information here. So it says, here's your free gift. It lets me see the front and the back. I can zoom in. That's kind of cool. And then I think, wow, that's an awesome gift. I am going to put in my shipping information. There you go. And then once you click send, once I do this step and click send my free gift, that is the point at which it will appear as redeemed in the transaction site. And then that is also the point at which you, the administrator, will be charged. So I don't actually want to be charged for this travel mug because I don't really use travel mugs, so I'm just going to skip this step for now. We're going to have a look at what happens to the advocate when your reward is out of stock. So I'm just going to edit this. So as you may notice, maybe not, but there's one fewer URL. So the URL was taken out, sent to me, and that's that. So save the reward. Okay, so now it's out of stock. If I click out of stock as the administrator, it will take me into the reward where I'm able to fix that. And as the advocate, I go back over here. So the reward I just got is not out of stock. That's okay. Well, let's say I wanted a second travel mug. What would I do? Come over here. Click travel mug giveaway. I can redeem. It'll say reward successfully redeemed. We'll be in touch to provide you with your reward soon. So it's not going to tell the advocate it's out of stock, but it is going to tell you, the administrator, that it's out of stock. And from that point, you'll have to go in and get that all fixed up. And then I'll show you what it looks like over here. So let's refresh this page. Approval required. So when you hit approval required, it's going to show you who redeemed it, and you'll have to restock the item by editing the reward before you can actually mark or approve the redemption. Okay. That's pretty much everything. That covers everything I wanted to cover today. So I am just going to go back into the slides here. And does anyone have any questions? I see one question here from Kristen. Is this class being recorded on video? Yes, it is. So I know there's a lot of information here, but you'll definitely be able to watch it again later. And we'll be sending that out hopefully today or tomorrow, probably today. So you can share that with your team members or just review in case you've maybe forgotten or want to follow the steps again. This will be available for you guys later. So I do have a few questions that were submitted in advance of the class. So I'm just going to go over those, and then while I'm talking, if you guys think of any more questions, just let us know. And yeah, actually, I'm just going to ask Patrick, is our administrator helping us out today. So Patrick, if you could just let everyone know what to do if they have questions on the phone, that would be good. But you guys can also submit questions in the chat section as well.
Certainly. So ladies and gentlemen, if you would like to register for an audio question, you may press the 1 followed by the 4 on your telephone. You should hear a 3-tone prompt to acknowledge your request. And as Heather said, you may also ask a question using the chat feature located in the lower left corner of your screen. And one moment, please, for the first questions.
Okay. So while that's queuing up, for those of you who have questions, I'm just going to go over the questions that were submitted in advance. So when it comes to popular rewards, this is something a lot of people were asking about. What are the most popular rewards that people use? One thing that we've noticed is very popular are Amazon and iTunes gift cards, which is why we've brought you the Tango Card rewards. But this is something we're going to cover, I think, a little bit more in depth in a future class, where when we talk about the rewards library in 2 weeks, we're going to really go in depth on what the most popular and successful rewards are. So another question, what if I've created a Tango Card account on their website? Unfortunately, you cannot use it. The only account that is viable or useful for your AdvocateHub account is the one that you create through the AdvocateHub itself, and that's the one that you have to phone in order to fund the account. Okay. Another question, is swag popular? The answer to that is definitely yes, but that your swag is more popular, the more creative it is. So the more that your swag ties into more sort of interesting themes or funny ideas or about your product and about your company, the more that it makes it interesting and relevant and cool, for lack of a better word, then the more popular it will be. So if you, let's say you have like a really cool artistically designed shirt, really, really popular swag. We've seen advocates do a lot to get things like that. Another thing that was pretty popular, one of our hubs was giving out stuffed animals, and that was a hugely popular, it was like a stuffed animal associated with their brand, and so with like their logo or something like that. And it was very, very popular. People did all kinds of crazy things in order to, essentially lots of challenges, in order to get this reward. So swag is definitely popular, but I would caution that it has to be the right swag. You can't just slap Influitive on a t-shirt and think that everyone's going to want it. It has to be something interesting, something that you don't want to just wear to the gym, that you want to wear other places and talk about as well. The most interesting reward offered, so that was another question. What was the most interesting reward that we've seen offered? I would say the stuffed animal that I just mentioned I thought was really interesting, the way that people were so excited about this product, either whether it was for their kids or just for them to have at work. That was also presented as sort of an exclusive item, so that may have sort of contributed to the hype and excitement as well. So that's certainly something to think about. But like I said before, when we do the class in 2 weeks where we're talking about the rewards library, we're going to go really in depth talking about rewards best practices. And the last question I have here was about shipping costs. So a couple of you asked about the different shipping costs and how to sort of avoid that. As I said before with Perfection, if you order things in bulk, it's going to be a bit cheaper. And the shipping cost is, all that information is available on their website. And it's going to vary depending whether you're shipping domestically or internationally. But that bulk shipments are going to be a little bit cheaper. So like I said, if you are able to do something where you're getting all your advocates to come together in one place, and maybe you want to save up all their swag rewards and give it to them at one spot, then maybe that would be a bit cheaper. But it's a standard, I believe it's a $6.99 on their website cost for drop shipment for fulfillment. Okay. Does anyone have any other questions? Okay. I'm going to take that as a no and just wrap things up here. So thank you to all of you for attending. We have a lot of people here this week, so that's really, really great to see. As I said before, we'll be sending along a recording of this class. But I really appreciate you all taking the time out of your day to join us. And I look forward to chatting with you again in 2 weeks. Thank you very much.